Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Daymare 1998. The game is out on PlayStation, Xbox and PC. Daymare 1998 is a third-person survival horror game developed by Invaders Studios. The game is a love letter to the survival horror genre, in particular Resident Evil. Okay, gameplay. Well, it's a pretty simple game to get into. It's that classic over-the-shoulder, tense affair with narrow locations to explore, limited ammo, and a plethora of hostile zombies to deal with. That brings me to the first major issue, the combat. Not only is there a limited amount of ammo, that's to be expected, but it's the feel of the guns that really ruined it for me. It felt like you were wielding a pea shooter, with the guns having almost no punch, no impact, or really good sound work, nothing of the sort. So combat wise, tiresome and pretty dire, but there are some nice puzzles in there, but again, maybe there's too much emphasis on puzzles early on, before you've even got your feet under the table. I'd say the gameplay balance is a little bit off, where it just felt like it didn't quite have the right mixture between combat and puzzles. Now, one thing I did like is you get to play with different characters, and that does give you different context in terms of the story. It adds to the sense of scale, it gives you a different take on proceedings, and it kept me on board despite this combat being a little bit tedious. Graphically, very nice use of lighting. The graphics, I'd say on the whole, are very good, and perhaps maybe they spent too much time on them compared to the gameplay. It felt like the graphics were way better than the actual game. The overlays are nice, the menus are good. I'd say the documents though, quite unreadable in the menus due to lack of suitable fonts. Sound, it's what you'd expect. It's subpar voice acting with barely passable writing for any of the characters, ambient effects that aren't particularly effective, and music that doesn't really feel fit for purpose. It's like very low end music. It doesn't really feel like it has any synergy. Okay, good and bad points. What's good? The visuals are gorgeous at times, user-friendly interface, multiple characters to play with. Bad points? Dire combat, weapons that felt like pea shooters, poor narrative, and a bit of an empty feeling when you're playing it. Okay, verdict. Daymare 1998 is a solid survival horror experience that feels like what it is, a fan-made homage to Resident Evil. It does look good, but gameplay-wise, structure-wise, narrative-wise, it really doesn't have the defining qualities to make it stand out. Saying that, I'm glad it exists. It shows that the impact of Resident Evil is real. I'd say in future these devs could probably do better things, but this definitely feels like a putting your toes in the water game where they're just testing out what they can actually do. But again, hats off to the devs for trying. I don't think it's a great game. I wouldn't recommend it. What would I score it? Daymare 1998, what would I score it? I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. It's okay. That's the review. Thanks for watching. Cheers.